I'm really tall.
Yeah, you just sit on a phone book like anybody still has those anymore. Hi, this is Melanie for the Pardesi channel, and this is Matt from Koricon Nala.
Hello!
So we're actually in the same room together. This is not a split screen. This is
No,
for
I
real.
can move my hand over here.
My husband and I are on a driving trip to Colorado, and of course I said, well, I have to visit Matt. So here we are. We're going to do a trailer reaction to Gold together. Matt has already done it on his channel, but this is we thought we'd do it together because Matt has some special things to say about Amit Sadh, who he just interviewed. Was it just last week, right?
Yeah, it was only like about 5 days ago.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I watched it. It's an amazing interview. You talked with him for over half an hour. I heard things that I never knew about him, like that he had never seen a movie until how old was he? I couldn't believe that.
Not until college.
And my brain cannot wrap around that.
I know, if you watch the interview, you see my face, I was like, what?
He said he was an army kid, I guess, and they moved around a lot, but even so, I just found that incredible that someone who now has a career in acting and whose life is around film and TV had not grown up watching anything. And he described to you how he kind of educated himself at a certain point of watching some of the classic films of Scorsese and Robert De Niro and Brando and whatever, and just educated himself on acting because he had not grown up watching any films, which blew my mind.
He did watch Top Gun.
And as I will agree with you, if you're an army kid, that's a good one to have at least
If you're gonna watch a movie, that's the one you watch.
Well, I don't know if I only was on a desert island and I only had one to choose, if that would be it. But it's still a very fun movie to watch. Yeah, it's a classic. It's a classic. Anyway, so let's get into watching Gold, which stars Akshay Kumar and Amit Sadh, which I'm very excited that Amit has a new film coming out. And this is coming out in the holiday in like the second week of August, right?
Yes. Yeah, August 15th. It's the middle of August.
Right. I can't remember if it's called Republic Day or what, but there's a big
Independence Day.
Independence Day.
अभी तक अपना देश का रिकॉर्ड है 3 गोल्ड का, लेकिन ब्रिटिश इंडिया के नाम से हमारा सर पे ब्रिटिश फ्लैग फड़फड़ा के हम सबको मानो ये
Berlin Olympics.
No, the Berlin Olympics. I found it interesting that he wins a medal for the British during the Nazi Olympics.
तो हमारा टीम अंग्रेज को लंदन में हरा के अपना 200 साल पुराना गुलामी का बदला लेगा।
खूब भालो स्वप्ना, ये स्वप्ना देखने वाला कॉटन में पड़ा है। छोड़ो ये करते
जिस तरह खेल में वक्त पास नहीं रहता, कभी-कभी जिंदगी में अपने सपनों को पास करना पड़ता है। लेकिन मैंने हॉकी छोड़ दी, वो खेलों के किसके लिए? अंग्रेजों के लिए। उनका देश, उनका पब्लिक के सामने, उनका टीम का आगे, उनको हराएगा।
I think it's Mouni. There's Amit. My boy.
हमारे घर में इनकलाब जिंदाबाद पहले होता है, फिर नाश्ता होता है।
क्या सपना देखा था दादा? हमारा टीम फ्री इंडिया के लिए खेलेगा। अब इंडिया फ्री तो हो गया, लेकिन टीम नहीं बचा।
Yeah. And the rain shot.
Yeah, gotta have a rain
हमारा
shot.
झंडा प्यार से अपना सीने पे दबाए रखा जाता है क्यों? एक दिन हमारा हिंदुस्तान आजाद होगा और फिर हम कौन जीतेगा और हमारा झंडा लहराएगा। उसकी किसी हम लोग फिर तक नहीं गाएगा, अपना राष्ट्र गान गाएगा।
I really like the background music.
Yeah. so one of the things I forgot to mention on my reaction, I mean, you know, I kind of just do a stream of consciousness.
Yeah. Well, so do I. I don't have a script.
I don't script anything. I just go until I think I'm done. But I forgot to talk about the music. And the music is awesome.
Yeah, I don't know who the music director is. I didn't catch it, but I think the background score is really, really good. It's exceptional.
Well, so, I like that guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It like feels like you're propelling along, you know, it kind of, it moves it.
But even the orchestral stuff that they had going on sounds really good.
It sounds like
very dramatic.
Exactly. I was going to say, it sounds like a big, dramatic, momentous film, which is what this is about. I love period pieces. I don't know a lot about partition and everything, but I know enough to recognize they were moving through the years to say, okay, here's what happened in 1936 with the Berlin Olympics, and then he's trying to pull this team together, probably with people from different parts of the country, and then partition is happening, and that may be a plot point in that, you know, keeping people together who may have different sympathies or whatever on the team. I'm wondering, is Amit playing the captain of the team, or do we know?
I would assume he is, because he was the one on the platform during the Berlin Olympics. So I'm assuming he's like a captain or a leader of some kind. He is putting it all together. I would assume he would be.
Oh, you know, you're talking about Akshay. Akshay, I think, is kind of like.
Yeah, he's the coach.
I think he's the coach, but I'm saying maybe the captain, because like there was one team, like they're in the locker room or something, and Akshay's giving a pep talk, and it seemed like Amit was standing behind him, and I was kind of wondering if maybe Amit has a leadership role in the team. Maybe he's the captain or something, whatever they're calling. I don't.
What do you think, Amit? Were you the captain? I'm assuming you're watching this, bro.
I don't know if I haven't seen Kunal Kapoor in a film since Dear Zindagi. He hasn't been in a lot, so I'm excited to see him back on screen.
Yeah, I haven't seen him since then either.
So, speaking from a female perspective, I'm very excited because there's a lot of good-looking men in this film. I don't know anything about field hockey other than what I learned watching Chak to India. Have you ever seen that film?
No, but it's on my list of movies that I'm reviewing. If you want to check my review list, it's in the description of my videos.
So you might want to see that film before August. You have at least 6 weeks or so until then. I would highly recommend it. It's one of Shah Rukh Khan's best films. It's just a great film, but that's about a women's hockey team. And so how they weren't given the same opportunities as the men, but evidently field hockey, you'd think cricket is like the national sport. I think field hockey may be the national sport. It's a really big thing there. And so Shah Rukh is putting together a team of girls from all over the country. So there's all these rivalries between the different stereotypes that they have, you know, and conflicts that they have, and then he makes them into a team. So he plays like a former disgraced player that people think had cheated in a game, and then it's like his redemption to be a coach of this team. So that's the only other field hockey sports movie that I've ever seen. I don't generally
Did they get into any like strategy of the game in that movie?
Yeah, I mean he's showing the training, he's showing them running the plays and whatever, and I mean it's kind of the standard sports thing where you can't just have one star player who's not working as a team and making the plays with everybody else. So you know they have to work as a team and not just have one star player that does everything. And I don't know that much about, I don't seek out sports films necessarily, but the actors that are in this film and the fact that it's a period piece makes me want to see it. It reminds me of like Chariots of Fire. Like, I'm not that into running, but that was an awesome period movie, you know?
The thing is, like, sports movies are fun because they play with your adrenaline. Period pieces I love just because of production value if you do them right.
Yeah. And this one looked great.
This one looks like it's mixing both very well with some good music, good directing, cinematography on point, lighting, the background production, like just, and what I said in my video, like pointing out little things in the background just look real.
Yeah. Well, the other thing that's exciting is that this is a female director. I don't know if you knew that. Her name is Reema Kagti. So she is both a domestic partner and a career partner with Zoya Akhtar. So this is XL Entertainment, Farhan Akhtar's production company that is producing this film. And so Farhan Akhtar was listed as one of the producers as well. So Reema has been an assistant director on several of Farhan's films. She's been co-writer with Zoya Akhtar on things like Dil Dhadakne Do. So she's done a lot of writing. So she both wrote this film and she's directing it. It's not her first feature film. She did one with Amir Khan called Talash, where he plays a tortured cop and trying to investigate a murder. And so she's done excellent work in the past, but it's been a long time since she has directed a film. So I'm just excited. It's a woman director doing this male sports film, which I think is exciting. She's going to maybe have a different perspective on it. It didn't necessarily look completely boilerplate. And you went shot by shot. You're more into the technical details of things like that. But I did like what you were saying. We weren't just getting close-up shots of the game where you couldn't tell if anything was actually happening. They were showing wide field shots where it was actually a game being played.
That's the worst thing when you watch a sports movie and then all the sports stuff is just close-ups of people going, ugh, 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 and I'm like, well, I don't know what you're doing. All you're doing is showing like grunty faces. I want to see the strategy. Like, to me, a sports movie and a war movie are very similar. I love it when a war movie has that scene where the table is mapped out and they're talking about the strategy.
Like Bahubali, like they lay it all out. Yeah.
Because then when you get into the battle and you have your wide shots, you know where everyone is, so that when you do your close-ups, you know where they are in the battle, and it doesn't seem like a bunch of random close-ups.
Right.
The same thing with a sports movie. You've got your characters, you want to show them close-ups for, like, you know, big shot that they take, or if they get hit or something like that. But you want a wide shot, and they did have that scene in here where you see actually with the board, and he's got some plays on there.
Oh, right.
So they will go at least be going a little bit on strategy. I hope they give enough for people that don't know much about field hockey to understand. However, field hockey, it looks like pretty much the same kind of rules that you would have for any field with a goal kind of game.
Right.
You know, you can't hit people in the head with the hockey stick. I'm assuming.
Right. It's probably going to be similar that you can't raise your stick above a certain point or something like that. Yeah.
So I would think it's pretty much standard rules for a lot of sports that are similar in there. But yeah, I want to see some of those strategies, and I want to see the wide shots, and it's a lot of wide shots. So I'm impressed that she's directing the wide shots for the...
Well, and what little you could see, the special effects of showing full stadiums and all of that kind of stuff looked good.
It did. It looked a bit green screeny in the background.
Okay.
But
I'd have to watch it a couple more times. It's like everything went by so fast. It just like as a fast impression, it looked okay to me.
Well, I didn't talk about it on my reaction just because it moved pretty quick, and I figured the scenes that they were putting in that you could see the green screen were not finished yet.
Well, that could be. It's still 6 weeks until the film's released, so CGI takes a lot of time. I don't know how long they were filming this. There was a teaser some months back, so we've been hearing about it for a period of time. But CGI always takes more work.
Well, I know the filming is done because Amit did his interview with me about 2 weeks after he finished filming. So
oh, okay. So then that was quite recent.
They're done with principal photography, but they've been working on. I would assume they do what a lot of other movies do, where they'll be doing shots and then they'll kind of be editing along the way. And then when they know what they want CGI or any kind of visual effects done, then they send them off. So they could still be shooting while they're working on some of that.
I wonder what stadiums they filmed in, if they filmed any scenes in London, or if they use CGI to recreate things that were just done on a set in Mumbai.
The stadiums themselves, to me, looked real. It was the stuff in the background to make it look like the period time that looked green screened, like a little bit fake, but not not bad, and you're not going to be like on it for so long that people are analyzing the Zeppelin in the top corner like I did. But you know, it's just enough to be like, look, there's the stadium. You know, it's this time period, and then you go in. It's just an establishing shot, so I don't think it'll be too bad. But it's
like you said about the period stuff, I'm excited. All the little set details, especially the costumes.
And, the costumes look great.
The look of the haircuts and whatever to be more period. I loved all of that. I loved seeing all these familiar stars. I think Akshay in particular looks good in kind of period kind of costumes and stuff. I think he's a really good choice to be a coach kind of figure. And then these other guys are a little bit younger than him, but not. It's not like he's coaching 17-year-olds or something. They're still all men, but I think it's appropriate.
Yeah, they're in their 20s. I mean, it's just like any Olympic sport. If you watch any Olympic sport, most of the players that are playing are between like 18 and 25.
Yeah.
So it's going to be like that.
So I'm excited about this film. It's a crowded time. That August weekend, there's a lot of big films that are going to be coming out, but this is one that I'm definitely going to be looking forward to seeing.
Well, did you see some of their marketing?
No.
Oh my gosh, some people sent me the marketing that they were doing. They were showing the trailer for this before race 3.
Okay.
But it was the national anthem, and it says, like right in the beginning, please stand for our national anthem. They have everyone stand up and play the national anthem, and then they get into the trailer. I'm like, you're like making people feel guilty to not see the movie because it's so patriotic.
Yeah,
but it's brilliant. It's brilliant marketing.
Pulling those heartstrings. Well, they did not. They did not show this trailer. I saw Race 3, the first showing. It was out in Chicago. And they did not have this trailer yet. So I did get the Zero teaser with Salman Khan, which I heard another friend went to a different theater in Chicago, and they didn't get that on the big screen. So I was like, really? That was kind of the whole point, that it would be before Salman's film.
They have a great setup. You know, the guy wins gold for British in the Berlin. That's what is so crazy to me, is like, he wins the gold for the British at the Berlin Olympics.
Right, there's just so much
layers in there.
Right, so many layers of you're in this oppressive regime and you're performing the Olympics there, and all the shades of meaning with Britain and Germany alone on top of you know being close to independence. And then
so it's a very patriotic, plus you've got a sports movie in there, you've got the drama, and it's coming out on Independence Day. I mean, you can't get any perfect of a mix of things together to make this movie. If it doesn't do well, I don't know what would.
Well, it seems to
almost a guarantee that it'll make a lot of money.
It has all the elements together. I've come to really admire Akshay Kumar and his acting. I mean, he's done a lot of crazy action films, and he's done a variety of genres. He's great at comedy too, but I think he's really doing well picking. Seems like a really good dramatic role for him.
Yeah, I think that one scene where he breaks the pencil.
Yeah. He's
very dead in the eyes. You can see the stress on his face. He doesn't have to say anything, and that's what I like, is when an actor doesn't have to say something, that they can just put it on their face. That's why I like Nawazuddin Siddiqui, because so much of his acting is in his eyes. Like, he doesn't have to say a word. You know exactly what he's thinking. And that's what I got out of that one scene.
I'm curious, I can't remember the name of the actress that plays his wife, but it was interesting. Instead of just being kind of the generic, yes, honey, I'm supporting anything you want to do, she was having a big argument with him. And I don't know if it was over she was like, just give up this dream, or what that was all about. But it's interesting. At least there'll be a little bit of drama. And I agree with you. It wouldn't be necessarily appropriate to have 6 big dance number songs in a film like this.
No.
But it does look like there's maybe an organic, everybody celebrating after a win or something, party, and maybe something, it's just kind of some kind of a dance and a drinking song or something.
There's a couple of ways that they could get songs in there. one, you do a montage.
Right.
I mean,
I'm
it's
sure.
very
I'm sure
popular.
there will be one
There
or
will
two
be a
montage. Yeah.
The other way is that you could have a very organic. They're at the party, and they dance to the song, and they just do the full song.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, it's not. I think it'll be whatever they do. It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
But I was just saying, if you threw in too many of the song and dance, like a musical, where they break off into song for part of the exposition, that's going to take away from the drama of the story. But if they have an organic song, like a montage, or they're at a party and they're dancing to a song, then that would fit perfectly fine.
Right. I think, but it's not going to be the kind of film that's necessarily going to have 6 big musical numbers. I mean, we don't know. The only woman that we saw in the trailer is Akshay's wife. So we don't know if there might be a love story for one of the players. Of course, I can dream that it'll be Amit having a romantic. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? There could be a montage, or there could be something with that. I don't know. We'll see how long the runtime of the movie is and how much they would allow for something like that.
Yeah, I think I'm going to assume it's about 2.5 hours.
Yeah. One movie.
But I haven't looked it up. I'm sure they have it on IMDb or something.
One movie that you did not talk about with Amit, which is one of my favorite films of his, is Running Shoddy. Have you seen that yet?
No, I haven't seen that one yet.
My brother gave me the DVD for my birthday last week. It is a romantic comedy. So the title was supposed to be RunningShoddy.com. That he started an internet business.
I remember the trailer.
Remember that? Where it's like to help people that want to run away from their arranged marriage.
Right.
But evidently with whatever, I think there is a Shoddy.com. So then they had to change the title to just be Running Shoddy. but anyway, it's rare for Amit to do like a romantic film like that. It was so awesome. And I'm not going to spoil it, but the first 5 minutes of the film establishing his relationship with the girl and what he helps her with, my jaw was on the floor. Like, I've never seen a romantic comedy start with that kind of situation, and it was really different. So, and that is a film I love to pieces. It didn't do extremely well, I don't think, in the box office, but I am a big fan of that film. So I'm hoping Amit will do more romantic films. I'll take this too, but I'm just saying.
I would rather more of his dark stuff, but that's me.
He can balance it out. He can do both, because I loved him. I did love him in Breathe. That was a part that really we got to see his acting chops like I have never really been able to see them before. And it was amazing. You were talking to him about, here you have Madhavan, that's a big star, and really they gave pretty much equal time between the two parts, and it was great.
Well, the two characters were written to be equal in the show. And so Madhavan is, a big name, but he is the main character, just the character itself.
Yeah.
So having the secondary character enough time and to be able to match them evenly, I give him full props.
It wasn't, the way it was written, it wasn't just like, because it was a miniseries and not just a 3-hour movie. They had time, instead of here's this cop that's investigating.
Right.
It was, here's this cop, and here's his backstory, and here's, like you said, we were on the edge of our seat the entire time. Is he going to be able to pull it together? Is he going to be able to do what's right? Is he going to be drunk? Is he not going to be able to perform and to be sharp when he needs to be sharp and do what needs to be done? It was an amazing performance. I can't imagine being in that dark place like he described in that interview with you for that length of time and bringing that home every night. And he said he had to kind of stay in character. That would be a very dark place to be for a length of time. But,
well, that's part of doing method acting, though.
Yeah. It was amazing. It was an amazing performance. He blew me away. He absolutely blew me away. Well, thank you, Matt, for joining me to do this trailer reaction of Gold. I will be back in town in 2 weeks, so I might be able to do another trailer reaction on the road, but right now I'm using all of Matt's equipment, which is helping me out.
And I'll be editing some of this together, and I'll send it to you, and you can finish it up.
So in the description, I will have a link to Koricon's channel, which you definitely should check out because he does amazing trailer reactions and reviews and live streams. They are amazing. And you can follow me on Twitter at PardeziYT. please subscribe, and please like and share this video.